Hey, Migo, how's it
Hey,
going?
doing good. How you doing?
Good, brother. Man,
Back at it again.
that smile looks like money smile. It looks like
Hey
you've closed
man,
like 100 this month
what
already.
can I say?
Good
What can I say?
start,
God is good.
good start. Yeah, thanks for coming once again, Mikun. I really appreciate it. So Mikun is one of our top loan officers here at Gizet Mortgage, and I brought him on the program today so we can talk about because he's an investor himself, very avid investor on the field of real estate. We don't kind of talk about the tips everybody needs before they get into investing in real estate. Just basic things you need to know so you can set yourself up for success. If you don't mind, tell people a little bit about your investing background so they can know where you're coming from.
So, as Mr. Kunle had said, I am an investor. Just starting off purchasing my own primary residence to live. Graduating from that and turning that into an investment, having people come and becoming a landlord, and then also having other properties that I have and manage and use for income generating purposes as well. Not to give too much out just yet. But yeah, so just a little bit of a background in real estate investing, but as Mr. Conley has said, I'm a mortgage loan officer. So my goal really is to help you get into a home and help you with your mortgage home financing needs.
Yeah, this stuff that was very good. I appreciate it, man. So to kind of to get started, what are the tips that you think everybody out there that's looking to, they say, oh, real estate produces most millionaires in history or whatever. What are the things they need to be set up for success? If you don't mind, kind of throwing out those tips, and we can go from there.
Thanks. So I would say, and maybe this is just my approach,
Mhm.
I would say anybody looking to get into the real estate world should maybe start off with a more conservative approach, right? So rather than going in guns blazing, trying to purchase, you know, five multifamilies at once, to just start off with one property, and take advantage of certain loan programs for first time home buyers. You can do an FHA loan, right, where you can put as little as 3.5% down. You can do a conventional loan where you can put as little as 3% down, or on average about 5% down. And then you can live in these homes for about a year, right? So you get in, you find a nice property in a nice area, you stay there for about a year, you get in with the lowest requirements possible, and then after a year you can always put that home on the market, get another home, and you repeat that process. I would say this is my tip for anybody looking to be a first time homeowner
Yeah,
turned landlord,
yeah,
because with this step or with this strategy you can actually acquire a lot of property, right?
yeah.
Once you move out of one and put it on the market, then that rent that you're receiving can help eliminate that debt,
Okay.
and then you can go into another property and repeat that cycle.
Wow, that's so awesome. So technically, you're saying I can control a fourplex with just 3.5% down. As far as I can qualify for the fourplex, all I need is just 3.5% down and to live in one of the units for 1 year. And with that, I'm good. I can get started. That's what you're talking about.
Exactly. That's even a hack to become a landlord almost right away, right? As soon as you purchase your first property.
Okay.
So, yeah, with FHA, you are allowed to get
Yeah,
1 to 4 units
yeah.
for that primary
Good
residence.
stuff. Good stuff. So another thing I was gonna add to that, because obviously, it's a lot of things that has to be known. I'll say, your team is a very big one when you're starting real estate, especially if you've not bought before. So what that means is like you have to work with the right team. Have, yeah, professionals. Have the right mortgage team. These guys, they will set you up for success, because technically these guys, if you don't close, they don't get paid. Just my point. So they actually want you to close, and at the same time, they don't want you to close. They don't want you to close at your own expense, whereby you close and becomes a problem. So technically, they will give you all the disclosures and the tips and everything you need to be successful. And of course, your real estate team as well. Make sure you have the agent that they are actually investor friendly. If possible, ask them, hey, do you have investment properties yourself? Because if they don't have investment properties, then in that case, I would like to call them more or less like one of those preachers that does not really practice what they preach, but ask them if they have investment
Skin
portfolios
in the
and
game.
whatnot. Yep. So if they have that, they would have had other experiences they can pass on to you. Um another thing I was going to talk about again is because I know these types of content can be consumed from anybody anywhere. So if you're in America, you buy a piece of real estate, make sure you're buying in a state or city that is landlord friendly. And I'm going to repeat, buy in a state or city that is landlord friendly. And the reason I'm saying that is because there are situations whereby you invest out of state and you buy in places whereby you get a tenant, they're not paying. It takes you 6 months to 1 year to get them out of the unit. That is costing you money. So technically, what I mean is like you're paying the bills, but you're not getting income. That's my point. So make sure they're very landlord friendly. So if your tenant is paying, so you can evict them in record time, and kind of like put another tenant in there. Yeah. So do you have other tips you like to talk about? I don't want to be the one that's just hogging the mic, if you don't mind.
For sure. So, as Mr. Kula said, work with the right team. I'll say be as informed going in as possible, right? So, know what you're looking to do, know what your budget is, have your documents in a row. That's gonna make your life a lot easier, and it's gonna help the professionals, right? Just understanding what your goals are before you start looking, you should have an idea of what you are looking to do so that if the professionals aren't really giving you the service or the things that you're looking for, then you can easily identify it and you can let them know, hey, these are my criteria and this is the goal that I'm trying to achieve. I would say just having your information and doing your research on the front end will save a lot of time throughout the whole
Good stuff.
process.
Good stuff. Yeah, that was very good, man. I guess I kind of have a couple of things because I'm an investor myself, so I've had horror stories, and we've had ones that tenants literally pay like end of the previous month. So it's really fun, but at the same time, it's not a bed of roses. Yeah, I don't know if you've had those type of situations whereby you put a tenant in a unit, the best tenant today, and tomorrow something just happens along the line to them. Maybe they have a death in the family. They lost their job, they're not paying anymore. And you start wondering that, oh, the tenant for my unit was a very good tenant. What happened? Yeah. So technically, I guess the point I'm trying to make is that previous record is not always a good predictor of future record.
Things happen.
Things happen so, but it's one of the things you want to deal with. But I think one of the things you can do to mitigate that is to have some type of have a very good solid we call it, what do we call it, more like
Emergency
yeah, maybe I'll call it emergency funds, or just make sure you just keep enough money, whereby
reserves.
enough reserves. That was what I was looking for. Thank you. So have a very good amount of reserves. So if these types of things happen, at least you can always bounce back and keep paying the mortgage and whatnot until you can replace the tenant. And of course, we can ignore the first rule of real estate. It's supposed to come first. Do not ever compromise on the location. Yeah, if you compromise on anything,
Let it not be the
you
location.
compromise you compromise on the countertop, the flooring. Do not ever compromise on the location. So it's very important. So when you work with the right team, they will guide you. It's what they've done so many times, in some cases hundreds of times, thousands of times. So if the location is not right, they would definitely let you know that, hey, you shouldn't buy in this location because of this reason, that, and the third. Then one last one I'm gonna put is about, you can make your house tenant proof. So by making your tenant proof means when tenants come into your house, chances of tearing your house apart, it becomes much more reduced. So a good example would be, maybe instead of doing a carpet flooring, then you do maybe like I'll say LVP. It's not as expensive, but at the same time, water spills on it, they clean it, you're good. They have a pet. Pets really can't do too much damage to it, as opposed to a carpet that you probably have to change it maybe every 2 3 years or so. So technically, all you just want to do is just do that cost of labor once, and maybe just a little bit more the material cost, and it goes a long way. And of course, for the paint as well, instead of using a flat paint, maybe spend maybe 50 cents, a little, maybe 50 cents more, on the paint, so you can have a paint that you can actually clean, and bunch of other things to put in a prove a house. So I guess those are things that comes to mind right now. But For any of our viewers, if you have any questions or whatnot, just send a DM, comment. But of course, you gotta reach out to Mikun as well. How can they reach you? How can our audience reach you if they have anything?
So you can reach me on any social media platform at mikun.adek. That's at mikun.adek. And you can also contact my phone number. You can reach me at 240-708-9158. So as Mr. Kunle said, any mortgage real estate related need that you're looking into, just feel free to reach out to me. I'll be able to help.
Mikun, I appreciate this. Thanks once again. We should do it again.
All right. Bye, guys.
Thank you.